The Regent Taipei is an incredible buffet restaurant that just so happens to have a really overpriced and frumpy hotel above it. We're going to take a full tour and you're going to love it. So let's get into it. Welcome to Taipei. If you would like to know the exact rate that I paid for my frumpy room, or my next 5 videos in queue, please check out the description below. And if you're new here, hi there and welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin. I think that the world needs a bit more honest travel content these days, so I make airline trip reports, high-end hotel reviews, and cruise ship tours as well, all without invitation. I always film without the company's knowledge, and I self-fund my trips to be sure I get a true, real experience. And then, I give you nothing more than my own personal, honest, unbiased opinion. I gotta be honest, it's been a while since I've been this disappointed with an urban hotel. The score's in the 70s, there are some things that it does well, but on a whole, I was expecting Taipei's Grande Dame, and what I got was an old basset hound with the personality of corduroy. The primary reason for the disconnect between my expectations and reality, as is all too often these days, is because of the heaps of sponsored reviews and content about this hotel. This isn't my tagline moment, hold on a second. I truly mean this. These articles, sold as reviews, which I'll give you insight to in a bit, they gotta stop. Walking into the main lobby, it is exactly as expected. Elegant, understated, and tasteful. And once you get past the reception area, the long list of luxury boutiques located in and below the hotel itself begin. This region, formerly known as the Grand Formosa region, was originally opened in 1990 and had its most recent full renovation in 2013. It has a whopping 538 rooms, and they make no secret of the fact that they attract a large Japanese following, and that's how they like it. That's fine. Anyone who has seen my review of the Okura in Tokyo, linked above and below, well, you know that I wish the world had more hotels like it. Located in the Zhongshan neighborhood of central Taipei, the hotel is in a beautiful area which is fairly easily accessible by both airports by transit or car. You'll also be an easy 5-minute walk away from the closest metro station. As we walk to and around the central atrium, let me tell you a bit about Regent and also the other Regent property that I almost canceled because of my experience here. The first Regent was opened in Honolulu in 1971. After the first opening, Adrian Secha, of Aman and Leela notoriety, signed on and brought the total portfolio up to 17 across the globe. In 1981, the Regent Hong Kong was even known as the best hotel in the world. Their ethos, so they say, centers around a, quote, unique DNA of combining Western elegance with Asian hospitality, unquote. I can tell you for sure here in Taipei, while the staff are accommodating, poised, and polite, they're also overly formal and lacking any sort of warmth. The Regent brand gained a lot of notoriety after the movie Pretty Woman was filmed at the Regent Beverly Hills, and the hotel group changed hands quite a few times after that. First being purchased by Four Seasons in 1992, then Carlson in 1998, and finally IHG, the parent company of Intercontinental Hotels, in 2018. Right now, we're overlooking a Z, or a Z, their grand cafe where you can enjoy food and afternoon tea throughout the day. During breakfast, this area also serves as a spillover seating area for the Brasserie buffet just behind it. Up here on the mezzanine, we're walking through the gallery bar. I'm not going to go into extensive detail, but there are quite a few formal sit-down restaurants on site as well. On this level, we have the Robin's Grill and the teppanyaki ahead of us. There are currently 9 Regents around the globe, with 11 in the pipeline. IHG has made no secret about their wanting to essentially turn Regent into their own Park Hyatt, St. Regis, or Waldorf Astoria brand, a segment of the luxury market that they were just missing from completely. They've spoken about a target of around 40 properties in total. Now, likely the second most requested property that I've ever had on the channel has been the Regent in Phu Quoc in Vietnam. I had that new resort booked for a couple of months after this stay and was genuinely concerned that I'd have a similar experience there, and I almost canceled. But I'm happy to say that I did not cancel. To think that the Regent Taipei and the Regent Phu Quoc are in the same brand, a very small brand mind you, is like imagining goats and apples being the same thing. Alright, let's head up to my room. One thing you'll notice in person a lot more than on camera, iPhones are just too good these days, is that these hallways are seriously dark. Dark enough that I needed to use my phone's flashlight every time to find the keyhole. Since, yes of course, they still use real keys. So, I had 2 rooms while I was here. I booked with MX Fine Hotels and Resorts and was upgraded, quote unquote, to a balcony room. From the moment that I stepped inside, it felt like a cave. All of the balcony rooms are on the 6th floor, the lowest floor, and have incredibly low ceilings that just get lower and tighter the closer you get towards the balcony. Here's a quick look around the room. For reference, the ceiling height at the sitting area was just 180 centimeters or 71 inches. The balcony door was just 172 centimeters or 68 inches tall. This is actually my eye level with my head touching the ceiling. I called reception and I asked whether the room category that I originally booked, which would be a downgrade from this, had higher ceilings, which they said it did. So I asked just to go back to the original category that I booked. Around 10 minutes later, someone came to my room to bring me to my new room, which happened to be an upgrade to the least exciting junior suite this side of anywhere. Here's why I want to talk just briefly about the sponsored reviews that are pervasive, and just a brief rundown of how they work. Here's Condé Nast's review of the Regent. Take note of the part that focuses on the bed. The, quote, perfect scoring rooms have oversized pillows, pressure-relieving mattresses, marble bathrooms, complete with soaking tubs, etc., etc. It's no secret in the industry that large travel companies like these are hosted by the hotels, if frankly they visited the hotel at all. This next one is one of just many smaller scale reviews, and I don't mean to pick on this website in particular, I'm just trying to demonstrate a point. This one is from Seeing the World in Steps. Let's focus on the 2 times that they mention the bed. First, quote, each room features deep soaking tubs, separate shower stalls, and the signature wellspring bed. The concept features oversized pillows, crisp cotton linens, and a pressure-relieving mattress for ultimate rest. They go on. The centerpiece goes to the plush king-size bed with a temperature-sensing, pressure-relieving, wellspring mattress that conforms to the body's contours. Sheets and duvets are extremely high quality and crisp. The back support is amazing, and I had such a good night's sleep. Unquote. Fantastic. One last note that appeared at the bottom of their review. Quote, this was part of a hosted media trip by Silk's Hotel Group. All views expressed are my own. Unquote. Well, thank God for that. I'm glad that you didn't just take the marketing materials that they gave you and just, oh, what's this? What we have here is part of the hotel's media package. It's available on the hotel's website for anyone to see. Think of this as their text-only brochure. Let's read this part here. Quote, marble bathrooms feature deep soaking tubs, separate shower stalls, and enclosed water closets. Wellspring bed concept features oversized pillows, crisp cotton linens, and a pressure-relieving mattress for the ultimate in sound, restful sleep. Unquote. I mean, that's quite incredible that their own independent views were word for word what the hotel said also. Want to know the ironic part of all of this crap and why I focused on the mattress quotes? The mattresses here were hard as a brick. You know when recycling plants bind together all of the flattened cardboard boxes? That's how they felt. Actually, here, let's have a listen to me punching the mattress. Ultimate in sound restful sleep, my Anyway, the rest of the room is dated and boring and drab and frumpy. I'll let it speak for itself. And by the way, if you liked that rant and monologue, whatever the hell you want to call it, you're gonna love my next video. Liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and then actually watching videos in the future, that's the best way that you can tell YouTube that this video is worth your time and you want to watch more of it. If you'd like to support even further, my Patreon is linked in the description below. A big thanks in advance for watching and supporting today. Ironically, despite the tired interior, they do know how to party, evident by the glitter that was all over the carpet. Tell me the truth. You can smell that carpet through the camera, can't you? Alright, let's turn this around. As night falls, I promise to you that the rest of the review will genuinely be positive, since the Brasserie buffet was absolutely outstanding, and something that I would come back to just on its own. First, let's have a look at what's on offer for dinner. Of course, there are the basics like salad stations and the like, but where they really shined here were with the seafood offerings and the Asian options. Separate stations for poke bowls and custom hand rolls. A full nigiri station. An absolute feast of seafood. A wide variety of really good grilled meats and fish. Not one or two or three or four, but 5 soups on offer. I'll let you guess whether they were hot or not. More seafood and a very photogenic steam table. A roast beef and pasta station. And then all of the actual hot prepared dishes. Finally, an extensive assortment of Western and Asian desserts. Okay, the next morning, I highly suggest that you go up to the rooftop for a swim to combat the stiffness that you're surely going to feel from head to toe. At least the rooftop pool is beautiful and a pretty tranquil setting. Also up here is the Lanting Chinese restaurant with some more of those wonderful low ceilings. And we have a quick peek at the spa reception area before heading down to breakfast. By all means, if you can, ask to be seated in the rear of the restaurant where it's bright and open and airy. I'll let the breakfast buffet, which was nearly as impressive as the night prior, speak for itself. So, overall, as a dining destination, specifically for their buffet, this is truly an incredible place to visit. But as a hotel, I can assure you that I will never step foot in one of those rooms again until they are remodeled from top to bottom. Of the rooms, specifically at this hotel, Regent says they are, quote, modern classic with large ceiling height windows to create beautiful environments for an exceptionally comfortable stay, unquote. No. Just no. For my service score, I do give them credit for moving my room so promptly, but the very formal and sterile nature of the service in general just left a lot to be desired. It almost made the service at the Mandarin in Singapore feel warm and fuzzy. Allow me to conclude on one note. This trip, which started in South Korea and ended here in Taipei, had many more ups and downs than I was expecting. I will always say, in every negative-leaning review, I don't enjoy it. Negativity has never been and never will be my intention. I'm just being honest, relative to the prices that I'm paying. So, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you now know where to go for dinner in Taipei and where not to sleep. If you did find it useful or entertaining, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the truly incredible content that I do have coming up. I'll see you next time from the Andaz Delhi. Oh, and thanks for watching until the end.